In Project Zomboid, everywhere you look, you can find something worth looting. But what if we stripped all that away? The buildings, homes, cars, and all that was left was a vast, empty field, making even some of the most essential items impossible to find. Well, in this video, looting for items to survive is now impossible. However, I modded the game, so after every 30 seconds, I'll be awarded with a completely random item. And with there being literally thousands of items in the game, I'll need to be pretty lucky to get even the most basic resources to survive. Not to mention, but I wanted to see if I could survive this challenge with a growing horde of zombies that will surround me every night for the next 7 in-game days. So, without further ado, let's start things off with day 1. Oh my god, we're in it. I'm in an empty field. I have nothing. Basically, the way this works is that every 30 seconds, I can get literally every or any item that exists in the game. And in Build 42, they added in a whole assortment of new items and different variations of the same item. So this is going to be so RNG focused. So one thing that I need to do is not only survive. I have a handful of goals that I'm going to go over, but the most important thing is that I need to survive for 7 days. Every single night, there's going to be a horde that comes, and I need to be ready for that. Now, obviously, this whole challenge is going to be focused on RNG and how lucky I can be. So getting a weapon, getting clothes and gear is definitely going to be a challenge. Luckily, I got my first batch of food. We have some melted ice cream, so that's good. Yeah, so right now getting some clothing and most importantly, some shoes was my top priority. Of course, I didn't have any control over what I would get, but the reason I needed some shoes was because I run the risk of scratching up my feet whenever I walk, which if you know anything about Zomboid, walking around barefoot is like committing war crimes. You just shouldn't do it. Now, while standing around for a short couple of minutes, I didn't really have any luck starting out. I got a couple things like a mask, a smoke bomb, and then a couple metal stools that apparently had no physical use besides just being able to place them. Yeah, one thing you might also least expect about this is not only can you get literally any item in the game, but this also includes every variety of the same item, even the weird debug items that the developers left in for testing purposes. And with that being said, I can even get a random amount of any item from 1 to 100. But despite all this, I was still able to forage for items. Not that it would really do me any good, other than the occasional tree branch or two. And looks like we already found a tree branch, which I will take. So the way this works is not only am I getting random items, but I actually, like, if I kill a zombie or if I were to loot a container, no items spawn. The only way to get loot from this challenge is by foraging, cutting down trees, or just waiting every 30 seconds for something to drop. And it looks like we got some head wrapping, which I can put on me and get rid of that mask if I wanted to. This looks kind of funny. So foraging is gonna pretty much be our best friend for a little while, unless we can get some food and or clothing or whatever. Oh, and it looks like we've already scratched up our right foot. That's really not good. Okay, so here was our first problem. I may have already scratched up my right foot by literally walking not even 20 feet from where I spawned. And if I don't get anything to wrap up my foot soon, this could literally become the death of me. Unfortunately, we scratched our foot. Now, I have no way to heal it, so I'm just gonna sit here until I get something to heal my foot. Oh my god, I got 80 military protective cases. I mean, maybe I can use them as storage? Oh my god, we're actually slowly losing health right now, and I have no way to heal myself currently. I luckily do have some ice cream and some mushrooms, and I've gained a little bit of health there from being full. Okay, so I think our food situation is handled for a little while until we run out. I'm just gonna sit here and hope to the RNG gods that we get something to heal our foot, because otherwise this might actually be over before it starts. Luckily, the RNG gods would finally be on my side. After sitting for a little while, I would eventually get a few pairs of pants. Oh my god, wait, we got pants. Oh my god, and we could rip them. That's actually a huge drop. One for me to wear, and the rest I would be able to rip up into some rags, which I could use to patch up my foot and also help me with future injuries if needed. Besides this, I had also gotten a decent small stock of food items like these TV dinners and some beer. At least for now, my food demands will be in check. Not long later, I even got some cool shin armor and a holster. Not sure if these things will come in handy, but it's probably gonna be a while before I get a full set of clothing. Which reminds me, I think we should discuss the goals for this challenge. To begin with, I want to get a full set of clothing and armor. There are so many different kinds and variations of clothing, so I would genuinely be surprised if I can get a full set. Next, I would like to get my hands on some tools. A hammer, saw, axe, and all the like for building a base and also for defending myself. Which, in case you've forgotten, every night for the next 7 in-game days, an ever-growing horde of zombies will surround me. So building up a base to protect myself would be another goal I have in mind. Let alone, I wanted to see if it's even possible in the first place to build something of a home in a challenge like this. And besides these 2 main goals, I just need to survive out here for at least 7 days to consider this a win. So with all this being said, I would come to a halt in this random area here. Turns out I even managed to scratch my other foot and then got an infection on the other one. So without risking any further injuries, I chose to just hang out here for a little while and see what the RNG gods would give me. What the f? I got 2 industrial fridges. I mean, why not, I guess? Yeah, we'll just set down these fridges for storage space. Oh, we got more pants. I'm gonna rip them because I don't need all of them. Wait, what does it say? Dummy item does not work. Do not use. Do not spawn in. What is that supposed to mean? Is this like the forbidden can of water? A rubber spider. Oh, look at them. I got friends. What do we name these 3? This one's Bogey, this one's Bob, this one's Billy. Oh, I got 2 toy cat pistols. Okay, this is actually amazing. Truly, there are just so many items in this game I honestly had no idea existed. But as we came closer to the end of day 1, I would get some interesting clothing items I could equip myself with. It wasn't exactly what I've been hoping for, but it would have to do for now. Dude, I am looking really sus. This is actually pretty bad because I don't know what the time is in game. I think it's getting later and I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna be getting a horde soon. And the only weapons that I have right now is 2 tree branches, 3 chair legs, a toy cat pistol, and no footwear or gear to keep me from getting scratched. And look at that, now we just got some plants second place. Okay. Oh my god, we got a swimsuit. It's truly better than nothing at this point. Right, and the only thing I could honestly really use right now is just a simple watch or something that could at least just help me tell what the time is. And soon enough, exactly what I was fearing would begin to creep up on me. At least I can make a, oh, and it looks like the zombies are already on their way. I don't really have any gear or weapons to use, and also I can't count on zombies giving me anything because their loot will despawn. All right, here we go, our first one. Let's see how this goes. I just want to knock them over and then try to take care of them like that. All right, that's our first zombie kill, and our left foot is already scratched again. There we go. And as you can see, I've already killed 2 zombies, and yes, there is no loot on them. I can't even loot them if I wanted to. Oh, hey there. Wait a sec, that just worked. I just shoved the zombie and a helmet fell off of her. We found a strat. I don't know if this is gonna work for everything, but we have a helmet now. And why am I so heavy? Oh, I got some police thigh armor. Let's wear one of these. There we go. I just want to keep them away from my base here so that I don't have to worry about corpse sickness and dragging them further away. And there goes our first weapon. Just a couple zombies out there, but they're not coming to me. Our first horde would begin, and luckily this one was barely a comparison to what will be coming in the next few days. I did what I could with what I had. I will say, trying to fight zombies nearly half dressed and with a couple chair legs and tree branches is pretty difficult to say the least. I would continue to try my best to survive and clear out any of the stragglers I saw, while also trying to compensate for the random items given to me every 30 seconds that would make me become a bit encumbered, like these 9 big Spiffo plushies. Oh my god, we got 9 big Spiffos as our lightest drop. That's awesome. It's also made me so encumbered. Holy crap. Oh my god, they're actually huge. This is our beautiful ring of Spiffo. Look at them. It's actually wonderful. Oh my god, we got a jawbone war axe. That's actually incredible. That's the first proper weapon we've gotten so far. We just got 60 eggs, bro. I don't think we have much to worry about when it comes to food. What did I just get? Oh, what the hell? 5 cow heads. No thanks. Oh my god, look at them. Ugh. That's weird. I continue to search around my claimed area for any other zombies still lurking around from the previous horde. Again, thankfully, this one was pretty small and manageable, but these hordes will only continue to grow in size, making this way more difficult. Not to mention, but it's really up to random chance I can also get some useful tools or weapons. I did, however, get my first actual weapon just a moment ago, an actual jawbone war axe, which is kind of cool of all things I could have gotten. Then, just when I thought my luck was spent on that war axe, not long later, I even got more than a few hacksaws, which will eventually be a huge help in one of our main goals of making a base later on. I would now just need an axe and a hammer if I can get a hold of them. However, not long after getting those saws, I was then given a couple sling bags. Finally, I now had some form of a backpack. A heart pillow. What the hell? This is for my friends. You need it more than I do. Oh shit. spade, head, scrap, metal, weapon. I got 3 of them. I think we're actually chilling on weapons now. Holy crap. Short bat with nails. Now we're actually getting weapons for once. Ooh, counters. Oh, but I can't place them without a hammer. I need 2 levels in carpentry to place a counter. You gotta be kidding me. Oh my god, I got tarp foot wraps. Hell yeah. I can finally walk without scratching my feet. Let's give it a test. I'm running. So after a full day of getting random drops and having to be mindful of walking around, I now had a pair of footwear. However, these might not last a long time, but it's better than nothing. In the meantime, I would pretty much just hang out here next to my collection of items and do nothing as the day came to an end. I really just sat in one place and observed what items I would get. Then I would start thinking about future plans or trying to strategically use what I have to speed up progression a little bit. Later, I would devise a plan to attempt making a stone hammer. Since I was still able to forage for items like tree branches and stones, I could possibly use those resources to craft a hammer. So I would search around my base area for a little bit, trying to see if I can find some stones. Also, if you're wondering why I don't just pick up the stones I can visibly see laying in the grass, well, it's because for some reason it just wouldn't work or wouldn't let me pick them up. But it didn't matter, because not long later, I did find a single stone while foraging. However, I then realized my plan for this would be cut short. Unfortunately, I was lacking just 1 level in maintenance in order to craft the stone hammer. There was a way I could level up the skill, but it mainly depended on me killing zombies with my weapons I had gotten as my random drops. This, of course, may take a little while, but it's either this or hope I get lucky enough to be given a hammer from the RNG gods, which, not to mention, I was actually getting some nice storage drops back to back. I had gotten a couple countertops I could use, but of course I can't use them until I have a hammer. Other than these drops, I did get a backpack upgrade, which was a handful of duffel bags, then followed up by 44 toolboxes. I mean, I could just place these extras on the ground and use them as storage containers for now. Thankfully, I'm able to place a counter inside one of these small little boxes here on the ground, which is hilarious to me. Oh my god, no way. We have an armchair. That's so good, because now I have somewhere to sleep on. I'm gonna put it right in front of my friends here that I have. They're gonna watch my backs. And we just got some more forearm armor, and we have 10 of them. That's insane. Oh, wait a sec. I just realized I can actually cut down trees. This war axe I got, I didn't realize I could actually just use it as a normal axe. Let's see how much durability this thing has. Wait, hold on a sec. Wait, it's not using the axe. It's actually using the scrap weapon that I have. I have 4 extra of these. That's really good. And they actually have a lot of condition. Oh my god, wait, we might be set. This is actually so lucky. We're only on day 2 and we are making some serious progress. This was actually huge. Luckily, I would no longer need to somehow craft an axe and or get it as a random drop. These scrap weapons would allow me to chop down trees for making defenses or later a base. By now, we were closing in on the end of day 2 and the horde would begin approaching not long from now. So I would use this time to get some rest in my armchair because I was getting a bit tired and also exerted from chopping down trees. Only problem was, I just hope I don't accidentally sleep too long until the horde night begins. Oh, and I think the horde has just started. Okay, we just got up in time too. There's some zombies already coming this way. Let's face them on head on instead of letting them come close to our home. And hopefully this should allow me to get levels in maintenance as well. Oh, and it looks like our war axe has just broke. For now, I finished clearing a good half of the zombies from my area. There were still some lurking around my base, but I had to take a quick break. One really tedious part of this whole challenge is since I'm always getting items every 30 seconds, I just get weighed down by them in my inventory while fighting zombies, which just makes me become slower and even more exerted quicker. I do have the option to drop them or delete them, but I'm a loot goblin. I can't willingly just give rid of them. I need all the loot I can get. Speaking of which, after taking a short break and becoming thirsty, it was pretty perfectly timed. As I went to grab a beer from the fridge, the RNG guys decided to give me a literal fresh water source item and 100 units of it. Oh my god, wait, this actually is gonna work. We have 100 liters of water just on us, and I'm able to put it into the buckets on the ground. This is incredible. Can I actually just put it on the floor? Oh my god, look at it. I just have a little water droplet on the floor, and it just has a casual 69 liters of water in it still. Oh my god, I just got 97 summer flower hats and 9 tents. This is incredible. I have a tent now that I can sleep in. This is one of the best things I could get. We're just gonna place one of them. I'll just pack a few of them just in case. So I think zombies can actually destroy them. I'm gonna finish resting and then I'm gonna go around and just clear up any of the remaining zombies near me. There were still a few zombies lurking around that I managed to find, but it was starting to get late and we were now beginning to head into day 3 of this challenge. So I went back to my base area and would sleep at my newly set up tent. And you know, there is something just so fun and interesting about playing Zomboid like this. I'm so used to just being able to seek out what I wanted and knew where to find it. But it's kind of fun to rely completely on luck and even trying to survive off these random objects. And so far I had a nice little display of collectibles out here in these woods with me. And the funny thing is, it was about to get a whole lot more interesting. Oh my god, we got 94 raised plant beds. You know what? Not for nothing, I think I have an idea. This is gonna be pretty goofy, but you know what? I think what else to use it for than the structure for my compound wall for the base. At least my base will look nice and attuned with nature. Okay, I've just about now completed this entire square around my base. I just have to get rid of this tree. In the time that it took me to place all these, I still have an additional 16 available to be placed. I got a handful of things. I got books, some newspapers, some steel sheets, a weird old welding goggle, some large hooks, some random clothes, and then like small tarp backpacks. I got 88 small tarp backpacks. No pun intended, but it's so random to get random things and try to figure out how to use them in a survival capacity. I'm just gonna go ahead and start placing things down because these things are actually good for additional storage, which I'll just drop them here, and there we go. Yeah, of all things I could have gotten, I gotta be honest, this was probably one of my favorite drops so far. I went ahead and would place some of the extra planter boxes down in this area here as a little entrance funnel. Not sure if this will serve any functional use, but I thought it looked good. I then sorted through my inventory to reduce the amount of weights and items I was holding on me, followed up by taking a short rest in my armchair and just looking out at everything I had accumulated so far by the halfway point of day 3. Soon, I had also gotten some new hide boots to replace my tarp footwear I had gotten a couple days ago. Turns out those tarp foot wrapping I got previously break pretty quickly, and my feet were once again getting pretty scratched up from the elements up until now. But I think with these replacements, we should be good going forward, and actually be able to do some damage when stomping on down zombies. Speaking of zombies, we were closing in on the end of day 3 by now, and another horde would soon be approaching. But this time, their growing numbers would become a bit more of a challenge from the last couple days. Oh, zombies are coming. Good thing I have a wall now. I will prevent them from breaking the wall. Stay back! Oh, shit. Oh my god, there's so many of them. My base is getting overrun and I'm just getting dropped a bunch of books to weigh me down. Okay, we gotta use the back door. I don't want Christmas ornaments. Fuck, I'm getting drowsy and out of breath. Oh, shit. My house is getting overrun. My walls, they're crumbling. I need a rest. Okay, this is not good. I need to get away from them and come back and rest. This is the only way. Okay, let's just sit here and rest for a second. I think I might need to go back to my base and grab a tent and then get back out of there. See if I can manage to get it. I need to get away from here and see if I can sleep on a stool. All right, that's a problem. I can't sleep on the ground unless I'm ridiculously tired. I should have had a sleeping bag in my backpack at all times. Oh wait, a noisemaker? This actually might be probably one of the best drops I could have gotten. I can lure the zombies away from my base. All right, right here should be fine. All right, are the zombies getting attracted to that or not? Doesn't look like it. Barely. Okay, I need to get in there and steal a sleeping bag. As long as I can outwalk them, that should be fine. I just can't fight. All right, let's see if we can pull this off. Give me a sleeping bag quickly. Just one. One is all I need. One is all I need. Okay, now we leave. We come back in the morning and we assess the damage. Fuck it. Now this game. Okay, well, unfortunately the zombies had overrun my base and the timing of this couldn't have been any worse. I was already pretty exhausted from working around the base and holding on to a lot of things at one time. And after being able to sneak back into my compound and grab a spare sleeping bag, I made my way out into the wilderness a bit further from my camp. I set down a sleeping bag here and would be able to safely get some rest. Now that I had my strength and endurance back as we began day 4 of this challenge, I would head back into the direction of my base and begin doing whatever I can to one by one clear out the zombies. All right, let's go and retake our home, shall we? Oh yeah, that's more like it.
Oh! What the hell? What did you do to me? Oh, you scratched my neck? Bro. Dude, this game's trolling me. It's making me so heavy. I don't want a trunk lid. What the fuck? Hey, get off my walls. That's more like it.
So the horde from day 3 was mostly dealt with. However, my only problem was I was now pretty far into day 4 already, mainly because I had no choice but to sleep after all this to regain some endurance for the horde coming later. While I was able to retake my base from the zombies for now, I wouldn't have too much time to rest until the next horde would come around, let alone that last horde was pretty difficult. So I can only imagine how much harder this next round of zombies will be. And at the moment, I was already building up a whole assortment of debuffs, but I made sure not to do too much so I wouldn't tire myself out for now. In the meantime, I would sort through my inventory and manage things at my base. And that was until the next horde would begin.
Oh, the zombies are coming. Oh, look at them all. They're all coming. Let's just bring them out into the woods and away from the base. All right, please, game. Do not give me like 20 fridges or something. Wait, a carton of nails. Yo, that's huge. I gotta remember that there's in there. Oh, we can build our base now.
Yeah, I didn't really think much of it or even read it when I got it in my inventory. I was just trying to stay light enough to fight the horde. But finally, we got another thing checked off our goals. All that was left was now to get a hammer. Luckily, after fighting all those zombies earlier from the previous horde, I now had level 1 in maintenance, which means I can finally craft a stone hammer. It's almost crazy to say how lucky I have been getting, and I promise this is all random chance. And if you want to try this out for yourself and see how lucky you can get, I'll have this mod along with all the other mods I use to create this challenge linked below in the description of this video. Also, while you're down there, I would really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already. We're getting closer and closer to 200,000 subscribers, and I need your help to get me there. Plus, I've got some really fun videos planned for this year, and I don't want you to miss out. Also, if you just subscribed, let me know in the comments. But anyways, back to the horde.
Oh, why'd I get 5 corpses for? What the fuck? Wait, do they have loot on them? Hold on. Oh, they have clothes and stuff on them. Okay, that's huge. Oh, right. There's just a few zombies here and there kind of all around the place, but I think majority of them have been cleared out from the base area. I'm gonna rest for a second. Now, right over there, I managed to get a whole bunch of nails, like more nails than I'll probably ever need for this challenge, which I think is probably one of the best drops, most fortunate drops I could have ever gotten in this entire run. Now, I can actually start building things. The only thing is I still need a hammer, and to my knowledge, in order to make a hammer, which I can do now, I just need a surface. So I'm just gonna go ahead and place this little mahogany table and see here, does this count as a surface for me to craft on? It does. So now I can make a hammer with just a tree branch and a stone, and then there we go. We have a stone hammer. So now I can actually use this to get more hammers, I believe, and or start building a base. This is insane. It's all literally left up to chance, and the fact that I'm actually getting the things to be able to do stuff with them is crazy. And look, I also was able to get a large stone just by foraging for it. So now I can make even more stones, which I can make more hammers with. And I think we're really actually starting to have a form of progression here. The only thing is that the zombies are going to be a problem because I can't really stop them from coming, and they're only going to exponentially get harder.
So now that I finally had a hammer, all that was left of my goals for this challenge was to survive, at least for a few more days, and build a base of some kind. To begin with, I would start by chopping down some of the nearby trees. Finally, also breaking my first of the few scrap weapons I got, which I've been using to chop down trees with. And then, randomly, I got 2 double-barrel shotguns. Not that I would really have any use for these, because I would also need to have the ammo for them, but it's pretty cool to say that I got them in the first place. Now, this is when I realized I probably should sleep. Since day 2 of this challenge, my whole schedule has been messed up since I need all the endurance and energy to fight the hordes. So, like I had been, I would opt for walking a bit further away from the base and sleeping here instead. This way, when a horde does come, it wouldn't surround my base again. At the moment, it's just not ready for any attacks. So, with now being near the end of day 4, I got some sleep, and then suddenly, a horde would begin while I was still sleeping, which was not very good.
Oh, wake up, wake up, wake up. Oh my god. Just woke up to a horde. My sleep schedule is so messed up right now that I'm like going to sleep in the middle of the day and then waking up to a horde. Let's see what I can manage. Oh my god, zombies are just appearing in the thin air from like close range. I just want to like punch them all up and then bring them really far away and deal with them another time. Just right this way, everyone. Right this way. Oh my god, look at them all. Gonna loop all the way around here. Sometimes the best thing you could do is just not fight them.
So with the horde of zombies temporarily dealt with and out of my immediate area, I would sneak back towards my base and continue working on what I set off to do. Firstly, I would begin to saw some logs, finally crafting planks. And after being momentarily distracted by a random 96 chicken heads that the RNG gods have blessed me with, yeah. I then opened my first box of nails and would start to lay out some wooden wall frames that eventually will make up my base. I didn't really have much of a plan or design in mind, so at the moment I was just kind of freeballing it and getting some easy carpentry levels. Then it would begin to get too dark, not only too dark to see, but to a point that I couldn't continue working or building without some light nearby. Just some casual build 42 shenanigans. Anyways, I would choose to get some sleep, heading into the start of day 5.
There we go. Morning, day 5. I think. I've lost count.
Oh, and remember earlier when I was randomly given a couple corpses as my random drop? Well, I forgot to loot them until now, and I guess I can say it was kind of a blessing in disguise.
Oh, a wristwatch, classic. That's actually good. Now I can tell the time. It's 7 a.m. I haven't known what time it is this entire run.
Yeah, and with this watch, I would now be able to better predict when the hordes will come after me. Also, not long later, I got to carpentry level 4, which means I can now actually make a log staircase. I did come up with some weird design to help prevent zombies from overrunning my base. This would, of course, deploy some serious Zomboid game tech to make it work. Now, I don't know for 100% certainty if this still works in the latest version of the game, but basically how it will look is sort of like a floating U shape. I will have a staircase that goes up to one side of it, and the zombies will path off one side of the U, falling back to the lower level. On the opposite side of the U will be my base, and hopefully completely untouchable by the hordes. And you're probably wondering, why don't I just remove the stairs and use a sheet rope? Well, that's because I needed a sledgehammer and I don't have one in the first place. So unfortunately, at the moment, that won't be possible. So this whole design was my best option to go with for now. Now anyways, with this as our plan, I would begin to build the start of the structure. I had a small platform just above the stairs where I would place a sleeping bag and begin to move some of my more important furniture items, mainly the ones I didn't want to risk losing to zombies breaking them. Speaking of which, the horde on day 5 will eventually be on its way, so I would plan to position myself a bit further away from the base again, out in some open field. I waited here and would be ready to take on this next horde, instead of running from them, and when it was time, I would go to work, clearing out all the zombies that I could find.
Yeah, here we go. Zombies are here, but we're just gonna avoid them. Just gonna go a little bit away. I can try to fight some of them.
After the horde was handled, I would return back to my camp and continue work on my build. I would extend the platform out in a single direction, and I hadn't really been paying much attention to my loot drops while I was doing all this, and I actually got some claw hammers, which is just perfect because not only will they have way more durability, but I can now also replace my stone hammers and won't need to craft any more of them. So this would become my routine for a little while. Once I would run out of wood, I would cut down a tree or two so I can continue building. However, in this very instant, I would have to get some sleep as day 5 finally came to an end.
Oh, what is that noise? I can't wake up. I can't wake up. What's happening? I can't wake up. Oh, okay. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. There's just like a handful of zombies just lurking around my base. Oh, shit. 2 military crates? That's actually so good. That's storage. That's like a lot of storage space. That's awesome. What the hell? 82 shoes? Believe it or not, though, this isn't a bad drop. I guess I'll keep a few just to be safe, but I'm definitely gonna get rid of a good amount of these.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic that I would get a whole bunch of shoes in one drop now that I no longer really needed them. But anyways, I kept working on the base as much as I could with what I had available to me. I got some sling bags as a random drop, which I could reclaim the sheets from them, further crafting that into sheet rope, which I placed along my base here. Not really sure if it will do me any good, but at the time I was really happy about this. Anyways, I continued to build out the U shape that would lead into my floating base, and then I decided to take a moment to relocate a bunch of furniture items I had accumulated since the start of this challenge into a more strategic placement for defense around my stairs. This way, if and when zombies do show up, they will target these things before heading up the stairs, or at least that's how I imagined it would go. And just like on the previous day, I would repeat the same strat of heading a little further away from home for when the horde would come by again. And once 6 p.m. came around, the zombies all but quickly began to surround me in this field. But by now, I was ahead of this curve. I had a full set of clothing, some armor, and decent weapons on me for fighting. I genuinely can't believe I was able to survive and thrive purely off random chance.
All right, here we go. Zombie time. Let's see what we can pull off. Oh yes, it's so nice that I'm actually like doing some serious damage finally to these things. And our maintenance skill is at level 3, our short blunt is 2. We're coming along. Okay, where are the rest of the zombies? I think I may have actually killed a good amount of them. I'll clean them up and then we'll head back to base.
And so the horde was cleared up. I did feel like this one in particular was oddly lighter than the previous night's horde, and I'm not sure why that happened, but I'm not complaining. I would take this opportunity, however, to begin heading back towards my base so I can get some rest and continue building. And speaking of which, as I was literally heading back home from clearing out this horde, I would get probably one of the craziest and best possible drops from my current situation.
Oh my god. Yo, I got 84 4-stack logs. What? That's actually probably one of the best things I could possibly get right now. We'll saw these things and we're just gonna build with it. I think we're just gonna use this opportunity to build a nice big old base with it. I'm gonna wrap myself all the way over here, and then I'm gonna drop the logs in this section because this is where I'm gonna be doing a lot of the building and such. So I'm just gonna drop all of this here. Holy crap, look at all of them. That's so funny. I'm swimming in logs. Oh my god. And I still have 40 more that I can't drop because there's too much on the ground in this section here. Okay, we're just gonna put a good amount of them over here. There we go. Yeah, I don't think I ever need to chop down a tree again in this entire run. So that is, oh, that's so funny. That's probably literally the best thing I could have gotten.
Okay, so that was an amazing drop. And now that we have all these items, tools, and resources to build a base, I think it's about time we finally knock out the last of our goals.
Large crystal, what the hell? Finally I can see at night now. Oh my god, 2 more industrial fridges. Hell yeah. We have a base. This is insane, man. I can't believe I'm actually pulling this off right now. The gold spoon? What the heck? That's just gonna go right there in my collection. There we go. I've lost count, but I'm pretty sure we're on day 7 now. This is the final day of this run. Okay, and it looks like the zombies have arrived. Let's head down there and take them on. Get off the walls. These are my planters. Stay off my planters. All right, good. They're distracted by them. It's actually perfect because I can just come around and do what I need to do. Oh shit, I got something that's really heavy. Monitoring bank, what is that? Can I drop it? Oh my god, I can. Oh, look at him. That's so weird looking. Come get me. Screw you, zombies. Stay away from my home. Hey, get off my weight bench. Okay, I think that's all of them. We're gonna sleep it off and then it'll be full 7 days. can't believe that I managed to build all of this just from a random item chance. This has been so much fun. And if you want to try this too, I'll have the mod actually linked below so you can give it a shot for yourself and try to recreate what I did here if you'd like, or you could just give it a shot in a normal playthrough. Up to you. Mod will be linked down below as well as all the other mods I use. But thanks for watching, guys. And again, if you enjoyed this, please subscribe and like the video. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.